Today, it's all about the billet. Billet 20B, billet 13B. I would love a billet 4 rotor or billet 6 rotor. Here you can see what I believe to be the future for the rotary industry, billet rotary blocks. Welcome to another KMR Kyle Mohan Racing Rotary Tech Talk. If you're not familiar with billet rotary engines, you can see that's what we have in front of us. There's a few manufacturers around the world. I work with Billet Inc. out of Australia, one of the originators of billet rotary engines. I think they're a fantastic improvement to the original cast iron blocks, and we're going to discuss some of the reasons why the billet rotary block is becoming popular, their advantages, and introduce a few of our projects. If you think about it, billet blocks have been around for a long time in the piston world, but in the rotary world, it's fairly new. The ability to machine down via CNC a chunk of aluminum and turn it into usable rotary block components. Some of the advantages that we can easily discuss are obviously the billet aluminum is lighter, even with a cast insert, than the traditional cast iron components. And one of the bigger issues that we had with cast iron and aluminum blocks, whether it be in the rotary industry or the piston industry, is when you're dealing with the expansion of two different types of metals potentially, one may flex more than the other. And that's been a long time issue with rotary engines, is cracking at this back dowel pin oil gallery area or cracking at this front area. And this is one of the things that Billet Inc. and Billet blocks have solved, is not only structurally do you get a better composition with equal materials, aluminum rotor housings and aluminum side plates or end plates, intermediate plates, but you also are able to redesign structurally the components. And if you notice, there's a lot more material and strength built into this oil gallery area that has that dowel that rides in the OEM location and often leads to cracking as your rotor housing tries to expand and move under boost and RPM flex against what would normally be a cast iron component. This obviously has a lot more flexibility with it being aluminum and a lot more strength inherently built in. So aside from the fact that you're able to get a lighter rotary engine that has more strength built in, it's nice to be able to directly set the block up for studs, center or front main bearings, depending on the type of motor you're building, and even modified oil passages to optimize flow, oil breathing, oiling for bearings, or any of that type of structure. So for me, as we see the evolution of the rotary engine throughout the industry, I'm constantly looking to the billet components and working with Billet Inc. as these types of builds really do lead the way. Lighter, stronger, and more diverse. Now, if you notice, I've got a 13B over here to the side, and this is a little unique. It's been on the channel. I built one that was red, very similar. And if you notice, one of the interesting advantages to being able to do billet rotary blocks is you could, or in this case, we did modify the shape and added an additional mounting point to this front housing. Everybody keeps asking, what's it going to mount? Is it an alternator? Is it a water pump? No, it is physically a mounting position for this block. It's being used in a very special application. I hope that answers that question and also gives a little bit of insight to potential advantages that Billet Inc. and Billet block designs can have. The advantage to redesigning, re-engineering for strength, mounting, or any type of interesting usage. So I hope you found this interesting. In future videos, we're going to be disassembling, talking about, and working with this 20B. And if you look back on the channel, I'll put a link in the bio or in the comments. Sorry, that thing down there. We've already built a Billet 13B like this one on this channel. It was just red. And we'll be doing another video as we put the green twin 13B motor together. Let me know if you have questions. This will be an ongoing feature on this channel. I think billet rotaries are a great topic to start discussing, covering. We can get some weights, do some comparative discussions on cast iron versus aluminum. But I had both these motors here. I'm at Mazdatrix. Big shout out to them. I built motors with Mazdatrix for 15 years, helped head up their race development program. So make sure to follow, say hi, hit that like button, leave a comment, and follow KMR. Yeah, that's it. We're going to wrap out of here, rotary style.